once again, and how many years we've been celebrating our pride in Vermont as opposed to fighting for our pride in Vermont. But we know that's not the case everywhere else in the world. We have Russia to think about, and places in our own country. And so while we're celebrating, let's think of our brothers and sisters all over the world who don't have it as lucky.
In state after state, the legislature wants to regulate human nature. In short, from sea to shining sea, they want to tell you who to be. They can pass all the statutes.
I don't know how many parents of gay kids are ecstatic when they come out to them. I was. The greatest thrill for me is to walk hand in hand with my daughter. What a thrill. When she came out to me, I was ecstatic. I already knew.
That they please. Acorns won't grow into maple trees. Besides those differences they hate are the strength that makes this country great.
And this year in particular, it's the only Pride event that I've been able to attend because in years past I've traveled to Boston, to New York, and to all of Montreal. There was one year once I went all the way to Toronto. There was time for me to stay home this summer.
Yeah.
One thing, it's a lot more down home. They have a much more down home flavor, and aside from the fact that it's also a lot shorter.
Only those would write those laws. They simply can't succeed because you.
The first parade was in 1983. I think I've missed one. So this is the 30th year. So that means I've done about 29 of them. It changed from a protest march against inequality to a parade of celebration. And most of that happened in 2000. When civil unions was passed. It became more celebratory with some protest in it because we didn't have marriage, we didn't have true equality. But civil unions was a big deal. It was the first recognition of our relationships anywhere in the United States. So that was the tipping point from protest to celebration.
It was really a brave thing to march into back 30 years ago because a lot of people were not out yet and they would get their picture in the paper and come out or some people couldn't march. So it was a much smaller group, but it was a really, really big spirit, good spirit, because people were really taking a risk. They used to go back and forth between here and Montpelier, coming up Church Street and having people yell and say hello to them. That's a really important part. Just all the color, all the different kinds of people, the drag queens and dykes on bikes and the parents with their kids and the church people. It's all sort of, I like that kind of rainbow community.
My name is Richie Bernash, and I am a sophomore. John Louise and myself took a group of freshmen, members of Common Ground, that were interested in going, so we drove down with them and went and saw the parade. We went and we saw the parade and we did march in it. I would like to have seen some Common Ground involvement, maybe next year, even a partnership with Common Ground in Student Global AIDS campaign, because the SGAC community is tied closely to the LGBT community. Really a gathering of so many people, so many different kinds of people that it's really just wonderful to be at and entertaining.
Utah could never be the Beehive State if the hairdressers went absentee. You can't take the homo out of Oklahoma. Rich is home and he won't go